Hello, welcome back to Ben Sushi LiveNoding. In this episode, we're gonna take a look at the presets or the preset library that SVerchok provided with the add-on. Not many people knows this, but if you go to the node editor and under SVerchok, there's this examples, and it's got a lot of libraries of very interesting tools, and most of them are pretty complex actually. But the other day I saw a YouTube video by Nikitron, and he actually gave a quick demo of this one stair from plain lines. And this is one of really good example case of SVerchok. So this is the example he gave. I'll give you the link to the video. His video doesn't have sound, but I'll try to do similar thing and kind of make a slight modification. So this is a SVerchok stair demo. In the past, I've made stair simple, but I think this one is really good because you can provide your own mesh, for example, and then you simply make a modification. You simply provide lines, a single mesh with these lines, and then SVerchok will update it to conform. Oh, actually, it's not updating. Why? The reason being because there's this object in light, and it's kind of keeping the data. It's kind of like a bake in. You can drop the old one and then get a new one, and yeah, so you get the result. If the result looks funky because I made these stairs looks kind of weird, it needs to be you need to remove double or something. So because this stair is not, it's not like a normal stair, so remove doubles, kind of fixing that some of the area. But normally you don't make stairs like that. You simply use like a, let's say you have a cube and then you merge at the center and then you extrude it a little bit and then you duplicate it multiple times and then you join it back. I think that will do the job. And if you update, oops, yeah, so it's working. This is better, and then you can of course make modifications, you know, like maybe make that part of the stair a little bit longer, drop and then update it. So that's really nice. In fact, this is actually a lot more useful than just that. You can go inside it and try to study it. I think the best way to study is to try to rebuild this from scratch and then just write down everything. I'm not gonna go through this one, but there's Nikitron on his video also. He explained that you can go. There's an options here where you can scan for the properties here, and you can make modification directly from the panel. So you can make slight modification to the height. This one, I don't know what, XY orientations and threshold. That's, but I think the height is the useful one. So, but I'll try to modify that setup a little bit. So let's get that again. Architecture, stair from plain lines. I'll delete everything in the scene. Normally I like to have the outliner here as well. So I'll save this. Again, demo stair. And instead of objects in, I will be using just like a normal objects in, vertices, edges, and matrices. And I will have a line, but I'm just gonna be generating the line myself. The mesh viewer. So wonder if you can see the line or not. maybe cannot need to have viewer row. So vertices and edges. Okay, that's our line. You can control the step. Let me use the apply matrices here. So for our vertices and edges, we can simply make like an array duplications. So another line. So by default, line is growing in X. So we want to make duplications in Y. So plug this into the metric locations, and we have that. So we can output this as a bmesh, and it's already joined thanks to this matrix apply. So duplications and everything, and so we have our mesh, the template for the stairs. We simply get the selections, and yep, I think this should work fine. File save as. Ideally, there should be object goes into object in. There is actually object ID out. So this goes in there. Maybe turn on post modifier if you like. And then vertices, edges, matrices goes in there. There shouldn't be any error and should work. So you can change the stepping and the distance. Yeah, I think so. That seems to be working fine. You can center it, and you can start to play around with it. Maybe like adding some kind of randomization, you know, like random number. This is just an example. You don't actually need to use line. You can use a plane, and then separate the line, so you get that kind of pattern. That will work as well. Maybe I'll make the example and put it on GitHub. So you can make a lot of stairs, you know, like that keeps going to heaven. I'll call this video Stairways to Heaven. So yeah, you can randomize the step. Let me try that. Oh, actually, maybe I need to separate something. Let me try 100 first. Split list. Oh yeah, there you go. That's weird. So 0.2 maybe to 1. Actually, it doesn't really like small value. It looks like. Okay, that's working. You can make this stair. Probably is a bit dangerous if it's real, but maybe you can make a stair based on a voice or something, and so you get a interesting pattern. Yeah, that's a design architecture problem there. Let's don't do that. You can also randomize the stair. I think if you just plug in the randomizer over here, and just randomize in X. So that's kind of randomizing the stair also very quickly. That's actually not too bad, this one. I mean, not too much, just add some kind of irregularity to the stair. And then if you want to add details, you bake the stair, and then maybe remove double just to clean it up. At this point you can maybe add edge, what is it, bevel if you like, stair. But also on top of this, maybe you want to use a sculpt. So this is like after you bevel it, and then you sculpt it. Something I really like about Blender sculpting is the ability to dynamic topology. By default, also you want to turn off the symmetry. Yeah, and you start just painting on the stair like that. I mean, the resolution is probably super low at the moment. Maybe increase this to 4. Yeah, this is not too bad. Maybe 8 or 6, 7. It's easily changing the topology of the stair, but if you go closer, just adding some kind of details like that, it makes the stair a little bit more realistic, because there is no like a perfect stair. Once you use it, I mean, once people use the stair for a while, it gets dented. You can perhaps do this also procedurally, but this is nice touch. I think seems like the brush by default is kind of like pulling it, so maybe you want to do the opposite. I don't use Blender Sculpt much, maybe I should, but I think Shift is doing the opposite, especially for this brush, Sculpt Draw. Is it Shift or Control? Control or Shift is smoothing it, and Control is doing the opposite. So you can go deep into the stair, adding those nice detail. There's a really nice video tutorial by J&M. I want to mention it. J&M to how to add this kind of interesting detail. This is actually after I watched this video a while back ago, and it's super handy. So you can really design your stair this way. I mean, this can be much better, but yeah, that's the Stairways to Heaven, how to procedurally generate stairs using one of SVerchok example. Just grab it from here. Thanks again for Nikitron. Niki is one of the master SVerchok developer, and this is, yeah, I think really cool idea. And if you like, you can also still modify this, of course. If you turn off, once you do this, you can turn off the updates. So you make a modification over here, and then in fact it will still, I think it should update, or maybe it doesn't. Maybe you need to update it here. But anyhow, there's a way to do that. So you generate the template procedurally, and then you make a quick editing, manual editing, and then put the nodes there, and then it's gonna traverse down all the way until you get the final result. Okay, so thanks again for tuning in. Hopefully this is useful. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.